the only two memories I have, which are not good. One was getting stung by a bee because I had a cupcake in my hand. And the other one was we were eating those like Pepperidge Farm windmill cookies. Remember those? And like I really liked Cookie Monster, so I was like gobbling it up and like getting crumbs all over. And the girl that was teaching me like said, "Oh no, Peter, don't do that." And I started crying. And I remember I was trying to impress her, and she did not like that. I thought my joke flopped. It was terrible.
It's amazing that you remember that.
Yeah, it was probably like 3 or 4. Welcome back to vlog number 4. Pete and Margot Vishion here in our front yard of 450 West Lockwood. We're sitting on a couch that was donated a couple weeks back for a frat party that we threw for our kids' elementary school, which is really, really fun. Margot's been harping on me to get the frat letters down off above the door, but I think I'm going to leave them up for a little bit longer. I think it looks good.
We wanted to today talk to you about why we love Webster and what makes this such a wonderful place to live. The first of those reasons is this is our home. This is where we both grew up, and this is where we have chosen to raise our family. So we were both born and raised in Webster. I've lived in, I guess this is my 5th house that I lived in Webster. I was born on Elm. This was my first house. Actually, it was not mine, it was my parents, but this is where I was born. And we lived here until I was about 2 and a half when we moved. So one of the best parts about this house is that it's where my parents met some of our lifelong friends now. They lived right next door, and we're still good friends with all of those girls, and our kids are now friends with their kids, so it's really cool.
Yeah.
Raised on West Jackson, then Pete and I have lived in 3 houses together, Clark, Algonquin, and Blackwood.
And I grew up my entire childhood on Sunnyside in Old Orchard neighborhood. So this is my house on the left.
On the corner.
On the corner. My dad still lives there. So this is my childhood home. See like this apple tree here? My sister and I both had apple trees in the front. And that's why this kind of bare here is because the other one died a couple years back. But when we were little kids, my parents planted an apple tree for both of us. And in the summer, the kids used to walk by and pick apples, and it was just so fun because we were so close to Old Orchard. It's just a half block up is Emo's Pizza and Serendipity and the old Ben Franklin where you used to get penny candy and things like that. But it was just such a fun neighborhood to grow up in because it was just chock full of kids, and you're close to school, it's walkable, and kids always out playing, which we've actually seen in the last couple of years. There's been more of a changeover, and more young families are moving in and having multiple children. It's starting to get that really good community feel again.
There's the family plaque. See if that's what's down there. Okay, so now we'll head to West Jackson, which is where I grew up. Not born, but where I grew up. 324, it's right down there.
On the left side.
The whitewashed brick. So there it is. There's a big pool in the back, and since then these people had put on an addition and put in a in-ground hot tub too, didn't they? They did a lot of really cool things in the back. Finished the basement, redid the kitchen, but my room was right above the front door, so that middle bedroom.
That was a hard one to sneak out of, huh?
I was not that kind of girl. I did not do bad things like that, but yeah, lots of fun memories there. So the house we're going to next was our first house together. I bought it actually right about a year after I graduated college. But it was really fun that his parents lived so close that we could walk to his parents' house and have dinner. And I love this house so much. So it's the 4th one up, and that big magnolia tree in the front. My mom actually bought that for me when I closed on the house, and it had this awesome big backyard. And one summer, Pete decided he was going to relay the entire flagstone patio by hand, by himself. I thought he was nuts, but guess what? Kind of like the treehouse, it turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Where's it at? In the back?
This one's in the back.
And then we moved to Tuxedo Park, where we bought our first house together, and it's just been really fun living and raising our family in this wonderful community.
this is pretty cool. So our second house, where we started our family, I should have counted. We used to have 8 houses from where I grew up, which was awesome.
That is the Pete-nasium in the back, that 2.5 car garage. Rest in peace, Pete-nasium. Sweet prince.
But this was such a fun house. So we rehabbed this house. It was a foreclosure when we bought it, and we did new siding, new windows, new floors. We added a master bath. We added the garage. I don't even know, HVAC. We updated our bathrooms, kitchen. We just did it all, but I love that house.
Oh look, they have a Bristol Bulldog.
Yeah. But this was another really fun street with lots of really nice families, and we loved it. We put a little swing set in the back.
Keep pulling forward, Margot. Keep going.
Here it is.
Beta Beta Delta. I think that's one of the greatest things about Webster is the people and the community. Is that you can be walking down the street and see somebody that you know, and everyone's always happy to see each other, and it has a really small town feel, kind of a quaint, almost bed and breakfast kind of feel to it that we really enjoy.
And it's really fun that because of that, there's all of these shops that the people know you when you go in to Leopard or Paisley, or you go into Alvin Oak to have dinner, and the people remember you, and it's wonderful. And like Zoe's Attic, you'll go in there and they'll say, oh, are you looking for a present for one of your son's friends for a birthday party? Like, they remember you, and they like the fact that they remember you. It's not all about business. It is about the feel.
Yeah. Well, we like the fact that when we walk into San Jose restaurant, we don't even have to order. They just know exactly what to bring us, and they say fajitas San Jose, and we sit down and it's like we're regulars, which for us, especially raising a family, that feeling of community and that feeling that people know you and know what you like and things like that, it's priceless. I feel like we've thought about moving to other parts of St. Louis, but it's just that aspect of Webster Groves is just so hard to duplicate. I think it's just something we really value. So thanks for taking a tour around Webster with us. It was really fun to get to show you guys why we love Webster and some of the spots around Webster that we have a lot of emotional and historical attachment to.
Yeah. We just love this community so much that we've been so blessed that some of our family, lots of our family and friends, have also chosen to make Webster Groves their home, and here's a couple of them to tell you a little bit about themselves.
This is Jeff Rombach.
Hi, my name is Beverly Rombach.
Hi, my name is Tim Banks, and I'm married to Ronnie Banks.
Hi, my name's Aaron Brown.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about Margot and Pete. They are great realtors, and over the last 10 years, they've become great friends of ours.
All of my adult children have been clients of Margot and Peter, and it has been fantastic watching them help my kids pick various houses throughout the years.
And we've been friends with Pete and Margot for a long time.
My wife Meg and I are fortunate enough to call Margot and Pete not only our realtors, but also some of our best friends.
We've lived in Webster for 10 years, and Pete and Margot helped us purchase 2 of those homes.
Good enough friends, in fact, that when we found the home that we're living in currently, one of the deciding factors is we are only a few houses down from them.
We love them as agents because they grew up in the area and really knew it, and everything they told us was spot on. We love the community. Our kids love the community. It's just been great since we've moved here in Webster Groves, and we haven't looked back.
Close enough to, in fact, on quiet Webster mornings, I can hear Pete wake up half the neighborhood screaming good morning to me.
Then suddenly it was time for me to sell my house in South County and move to Webster.
We've done 2 different transactions with Margot and Pete.
We're on our second house with them. They've bought and sold for us.
And it took 3 weeks to sell my house in South County. I thought that I was going to die during those 3 weeks. However, Margot kept saying, it's going to happen, and it did, and she took really good care of me.
The home we're in now was a pretty complicated deal that Pete and Margot both made pretty seamless for us, which was so nice.
They have great patience. They know a good deal when they see one. They can help you find the right house for you.
And the best was when we had gone to about 50 homes in Webster, and I could find nothing.
We weren't looking at a certain spot. They were able to find something that we weren't even looking at, something that we could have never found online. Margot had actually been watching it with us in mind for months, and finally it came down into our price range. And when it was time to go, we struck.
And I found a perfect little house, but it's got all that I need. She helped me through it. She has become such a dear friend of mine. The only bad thing about Peter and Margot is you don't get to see them enough once you sell your house.
So we have a beautiful house. We love it. We're raising our 3 kids here. And we just wanted to say thanks to Margot and Pete. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Make sure you use them. They're great people.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
So thanks for tuning in and watching vlog 4 with us. We have lots more to come.
Hope you enjoyed our little tour of Webster Groves. See you soon.
This is part 2 of how I pick my real estate agents. 1 is going to be looks. 2 is going to be muscles. 3 is going to be hat selection. I hit the trifecta when I met Pete. Pete is not only the best looking, strongest real estate agent I know, he also has impeccable style in hats. Now, a lot of people think that looks and muscles go together. That's not true. There's a lot of ugly, strong people. Pete just isn't one of those ugly, strong people. Pete's beautiful. I tell people all the time, if Pete would sell with his shirt off, he'd run all other people out of the business. He's incredibly, incredibly strong. Like, he actually lifted houses up so he could look underneath them.